I keep telling you that I think boxing, female boxing, we were never too sure about it, and I weren't too sure what level it's going to be at. And you four have just blown me away. Absolutely phenomenal.
Thanks.
And you said this, it's been like this for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the quality's been there for ages. It's just that it doesn't get the exposure that it warrants, really. So hopefully, there's a Commonwealths next year for the amateurs. So Crystal and Lisa, who've just been sparring, hopefully they're going to be on the podium next year.
You and Crystal, I used to see the photos on the old GB squad. I mean, she's a lot younger than you, but
right.
You've always looked after her, haven't you?
Yeah. Just like, there's all relative in it. Like I'm a lot younger than you, Lee. But anyway, me and Crystal and Lisa and Tash have been together loads of times at different camps and tournaments, and Tash was with me at the Europeans, and so was Lisa when I won my first medal for England, when I won my silver medal at the Europeans. And I learned loads off them too, like absolutely loads, about how to prepare for a fight, how to recover, how to handle the nerves, how to prepare mentally, everything really. So yeah, it was a massive learning curve for me, and I couldn't have wished for better teammates really. And just before we went to the Europeans, we had a camp at Sheffield, and Tash was the last person I sparred with before we flew out and whatever. And I remember getting in with her, and obviously I'd looked up to her for years as a boxer. I was coming through, making my way through, and she was already like a big star. Yeah, and she'd already been to the Olympics and had that massive epic fight with Katie Taylor and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'd seen her from a distance and stuff, and I knew her, but I'd not sparred with her. And I remember getting in and just the whole way through thinking, oh my God, I'm sparring with Tasha Jonas, and it like dunk. Oh, I've just been hit by Tasha Jonas. Oh, I've just been hit, but yeah, it's dead nice how we can sort of be embarking on these journeys together now in a way,
Yeah, because you're about to make your pro journey, and she's just signed pro now.
Yeah.
And is training with Joe Gallagher.
Yeah, and I think we've got different motivations in a way, but it sort of comes from the same place, that we've both got a real love for the sport. We both feel like we can do something more in it. On top of what we've done in the amateurs. Obviously she's done far more than I've in the amateurs, but then part of that is her quality, and also part of it is that she was an Olympic weight. But I think both of us have felt we didn't quite, we've still got more to do.
Well, you have had similar careers to a certain extent. Like you were saying before to me, she was originally wanting to be a footballer, as you were yourself. Yeah,
we both went out to America on scholarships, and Tash came back early from hers, I think. I finished mine, but towards the end, I broke my leg. I got an injury that, really I was done with football, and I'd done everything I wanted to do in football. So I had a really good and long career in football, which was fantastic. But then obviously we've both gone into boxing. I started as a kid, whereas she started when she finished football. So there's just that slight difference.
She was 21 when she started.
Yeah.
You were 29.
No, well I was 6 or 7 when I started going in the gym, but obviously I couldn't. I got to about 11. And thought I could box, and then obviously they explained to me that I couldn't, because it just wasn't legal for us. So I didn't want to just be training for the rest of my life, so that's why I went into the football. And after I'd done everything I wanted to do, then I started competing. I was 29 before I had my first competitive bout, and that was six years ago.
Not a bad career.
7.
Double ABA, triple ABA champion.
Yeah.
Novices, was it under 10s,
Yeah.
under 20s, and then you won
And then
the
elite.
seniors?
Yeah.
And then what was it? A silver medal in the European Championships.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I was dead fortunate that I had my dad as my coach, so he invested a lot of time and energy into, working hard alongside me to make sure I was as good as I could be. And then I got the opportunity to, before there was like an England set up as it is now, I got the opportunity to go and box for England in GB at like the Europeans and the Worlds, and working with the people there, the coaches were just amazing coaches and amazing people who I learnt a lot from. And the whole team, nutritionists to the video analysts to the physios to physiologists, everybody is dead passionate about what they do and really clued up and just
help you take it to
they're just there to be really positive and help you as much as they can. They're just totally focused on making the boxers better. So that brought me on loads.
Because there's a massive scene out there. I mean, you kicking over now, But
Yeah.
as I was talking to Natasha before, you know, there's a massive fight out there for her and Katie Taylor
Absolutely.
at some point.
And there's Chantel Cameron now who's come into the mix at the same weight. And then obviously Savannah up at 75, who potentially there's a mega fight there with Clarissa. She's the only person to beat her, to beat Clarissa. So there's some, you know, really
And
big
who's at
fights.
your weight? Because you're looking to be competing at around 69 kilos. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
super welterweight. So there's a couple in the UK actually around at my weight.
And who then?
Hannah Rankin in London, and Lauren Johnson's there or thereabouts, but I think she's gone down a weight now. But who knows? Like, everybody moves around
That's
weights, and
nothing.
then there's
I'm
Kelly
gonna say-
Morgan at the weight above in Swindon. So there's a few of us now. Nina Bradley, she's just turned over. There's Ashley Brace in Wales. So there's more and more of us at various weights, and you know that's just what it needs. It needed a few of us to do it.
This is what I was trying to say before. You know, the girls, you're all quite brave because you don't really mind moving up and down. I'm speaking to Lisa. She's won at 51, 50.
Yeah,
Is it 54,
57, yeah.
You know, and,
Yeah.
and I said, so what is your favourite weight? And she went, probably 51.
Yeah,
But, you know, and yourself, didn't you compete at 75 at some point?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I didn't really know what I was doing with like nutrition and training and stuff like that. So I'd been off for a while. Like, did just a little bit of travelling after I'd finished football. Obviously, I'd had my injury and stuff. So I was about 81 kilos when I came back from there. So that's why we picked 75. And
Right.
I boxed at that for quite a while because I didn't know really what to do. And when I went to GB and they talked about, you know, they did my stats and stuff, and we talked about nutrition, and they felt, you know, I'd be best at 69. That's how it came about. So
And how are you finding it down here at Hatton's?
I absolutely love it. When I had the whole of last year out of boxing and missed the European and World Championships with my injury because I had a knee surgery, which should have been about 4 to 6 week recovery, but unfortunately they made a mistake and caused a chemical burn all over my leg. So it took a very, very long time to heal, and that, like I say, put me out of the Worlds and Europeans. So it was really devastating last year, and I didn't even know. At some points I was doubting if I could ever even come back because I just, you know, mentally was in such a bad place,
Well, that's
and
what
physically.
gave you a trigger to go pro then, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You
and then
missed
I
out on
knew,
them.
you know, in the amateurs, you know, I was thinking, it's another 2 years now till the next Europeans and Worlds. There's no weight for me. You know, my weight isn't at the Commonwealths. My weight isn't at the Olympics. It's not at the European Games. So I would have been waiting another 2 years for the Europeans and the Worlds, like I say. And it was too long and too far ahead. And there was just nothing this year that really, you know, gave me that drive that you want and that you need in elite sport, that it needs to be, you know, what you get up for in the morning and what you're thinking about at night. And, you know what I mean? It's all consuming, or for me at least. And this was enough when I started thinking about turning. It was last summer, actually. So it was before sort of Katie Taylor announced hers and anybody else. And so at the time I was thinking, you know, is there going to be... My main worry was getting opponents and would there be anyone that would want to be my manager? Would promoters put me on? All of those concerns, obviously. But yeah, summer was too early to decide for definite on any of those things because my priority was to get recovered from the injury, get well, get my mind in the right place, and then obviously get the weight off and get fit again. And once that started to happen and I could feel my fitness coming back gradually and feel the belief building and think, you know what, I can do this, then I started to ask the questions about, right, I need a manager, I need to know, start learning about how all this works, how do I get a licence, what do I need, what do I do? And of course the biggest question of all for me was who was going to be my coach, because they're the person that you spend all the time with. They're the person that, you know, no matter who your promoter or manager is, it's, you know, it's the person who's by your side when you're walking into the ring, with you in them final moments before you walk out. They're in between rounds, and, you know, they've got to have belief in you and you've got to have complete trust in them. So that person was key for me, and that was Blaine Eunice.
Well, did you know him before that?
Yeah, I knew Blaine, yeah, because he's through him working at Hatton's, I was already, like, you know, covering some classes here and stuff. Right. And my mum does classes here, and so I've been coming here for years on and off in different ways. And so I'd seen him sort of working here when he started, and then obviously his role's developed now, and he's become, you know, a massive part of Ricky's coaching staff or team. So I've seen him, you know, loads and loads sort of coaching the boxers and stuff, and he was the only person, really. I don't know what I would have said if he would have said, if he'd have gone, no, I'm not coaching, I don't know what I'd have done, because I just had my heart set on him being my coach. And, I'm so pleased they said yeah, because I love having him as a coach. And when it comes to the time when I have my debut, I'm going to be really, really proud to walk out with him in the corner.
He's that weekend, isn't he?
Yeah, we've got
on the Friday.
Yeah, and it's fantastic in camp at the minute, because he's got Lee Sharpie Oldham and Luke Evans as well in our little team now. And we keep laughing about having squad goals, and Blaine's tells us to stop being so nice to each other and everything. But now we're dead happy, because it's just a great environment. Sharpie's brilliant. As you know, he's just a lovely guy, dead positive. He's great to be around. Luke's fitted in dead well. It's, just fitted into the team, and it's like he's always been here. He's a lovely lad too, and we're just all spurring each other on, fully supporting each other.
He was saying that in his interview before.
Oh yeah, it makes just a great atmosphere coming here. And then obviously we've got Blaine, who we all laugh that he's grumpy, but he ain't really. He's just he's a brilliant coach, and just a great place to be. And I feel very, very fortunate and privileged at this moment in time to where I've come from last year, where I didn't even, at times was thinking, God, has it all been taken away? That now, it's the total opposite. I can hardly believe it's happening. And even further back, to think that as a kid, I was looking at all them pictures on the walls in our gym, and I'd watch all the fights with my dad, the old greats, and when Eubank and Ben were on, which was in my era, when I was a kid, Eubank and Ben were on, and it was dead exciting, and we'd get sat down and watch it, and I'd be thinking, I'll never be able to do it. And I'm not saying anything will ever happen on that scale for me, but to even turn professional and have that opportunity is like a dream come true for me that I never thought. To say it wasn't even a reality when I was a kid, it is a dream really. So, and to be able to share it with Lee and Luke and Blaine's brilliant.
Watching Ricky Hatton as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's from my hometown. He's from Hyde, so and we all grew up sort of watching Ricky and supporting him. And I think it like when he was in America playing football, he had his fight against Floyd Mayweather, and there was me. And our goalkeeper was from Newcastle at the time, the other girl. They were the only English, and then this massive house party of hundreds of Americans, and it was just us cheering Ricky on. And but we didn't care. We got right behind him, and yes, obviously, we've all looked up to him and been proud of what he's achieved over the years. So it's great to be able to train in his gym, obviously.
So it's June the 16th, but where is it at? Is that Bowlers, is it?
Yeah.
It's J. Lindemann, is it?
Yeah, PBE it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is James Lindemann, but it's a PBE, Professional Boxing Entertainment Show, so that'll be good, I'm looking forward to it.
Well, good luck, and hopefully
Thanks.
Next time I see you, you'll have your first win behind your name.
Oh, God, it'll be good.
Stacey, take care, love.
Thanks very much.
Bye-bye.